And all right, and thank you, Lacey, for joining us tonight. And guys, I know that we have a lot of people that are new that are going to be joining us or watching live that haven't had a chance to meet Lacey and hear her story. So she's going to share her story, and then we'll give us some words of wisdom, and then we'll open it up for some questions when we get to the end of it. So,
okay. Okay. Well, my name's Lacey Friend. If I haven't met you, it's wonderful. Thanks for being here or watching the replay later. But I have actually been here for, I think, 14 and a half years. I mean, y'all, the only things I've done longer than that are love Jesus, be married to my husband, and have these children. Like, literally, I've never done anything this long. I get bored. I decide, ugh, I'm not happy doing that anymore, and I just do something else. I love Zingular for so many reasons. I would say number one are the people. I just love working with people. And y'all make it so easy because you are so much fun to work with and you're so positive, and it's just, I love this life, and I love all the things that we get to do because of Zingular. And I don't mean like the trips, which are great, and making money, which is great, but like serving people every day. Like, if you've ever felt like, man, I just want to make a difference in the world, you can do that every day in Zingular. You really can. And it's new and it's different every day. And there are different people and different challenges, might I add, because nothing worth it comes without challenge. So don't be afraid of those. Anyways, I just have loved this for so long. That's why I'm here. And I mean, I love it probably more today than I did the day I joined. And okay, so about how I got here. My history was I have a degree in social work and psychology. I worked in that field for a while, desperately wanted to be a mom. It was one of the biggest struggles of my life. Thankfully, the Lord blessed me in three different ways: two biological children, and I've adopted one. I just forget which one of them. And it has been the greatest gift of my life, these kids. And now I am a grandma. Like, what? And I mean, I had no idea what that would feel like. Even when people tried to warn me, it's better than that. Um, but way back when I got started, I was miserable. I had also, pause, before my kids were 3, 7, and 11 when I went to the meeting to begrudgingly hear about Zingular. Prior to Zingular, though, I did work in the field before I had babies. I wanted to be at home with my kids, so I literally abandoned it all. And I told my husband, I don't care if we live in a cardboard box and drive a beat up minivan that can barely get down the road. I want to be with my children. That's more important for me. That's my sister's like, you're nuts. I leave so that I can like be sane and come back and love them in the evening. So it takes all kinds, but I wanted to be with my kids. And so I would sacrifice just about anything to do so. And I did, whoo, that's hard though, when you can't even like go to the grocery store without stressing out. And so I did get to a place where it's like, I should do something that I could do alongside with my kids home. So I have done it all. I had done Pampered Chef for a while. I had my own business called Princess Pickle Bottom that I made like baby tutus and hair bows. I had a baking business. That's the one I was doing when I found Zingular. It was called the Sugar Fairy. I don't believe anything should be boring. Like, I just love fun and crazy stuff. And so I had tried everything. So I had zero, and I mean zero intention on doing this. I'd watched the girls. Facebook was new for old people, you know, and I had moved to a new place. I'm from a tiny town that had 3,000 people, moved to Wichita, Kansas, which had 500,000 of them. And the only people I knew were like at my church or at the little kids things that my kids would do. I felt like I didn't really know anyone. Well, Facebook came on the scene for adults, and all the teenagers left and went to Instagram. And then we got to Instagram, and now they've left and gone to Snapchat, and then, Twitter, and like we keep chasing them around. But none of it was very big. Well, I did have Facebook. I'm watching people talk about it. I am doing nothing. I'm going to tell you my story, but in my story is a lot of the answers to what else we're going to talk about tonight. So just bear with me here. I watched, but I never said anything. That should be a lesson. If you are posting and nobody's liking, commenting, and you're like, well, nobody's watching, I just don't need to do it, you're wrong. That's a little tip of the day. I never said a word. I did not like, I did not hit the thumbs up button. I did not message anyone, and I ignored people who messaged me. I didn't think I needed it. I didn't want it. Meanwhile, I am desperately over here in the corner praying, like, Lord, I am not the mom. I mean, I had a hysterectomy also. In 4 months' time, I went from nothing ever, like, I mean, you could hate me. I could eat the large pizza and nothing happened, right? Well, not anymore. Apparently, my uterus had a lot to do with that. And we didn't know it. I mean, they did tell me, you're probably going to be miserable, tired, cranky, and fat. Great. I can't wait to get to surgery. But truthfully, every other side effect I was having was so much worse than that. I was like, fine. If I'm not in pain, I can be all those things, right? Well, anyway, I'm miserable and I'm like, oh Lord, I was kidding. I don't really want to be grumpy and not myself and have no energy and all this. And please, please, please help me find something. And then they tell me about Zingular and I'm like, it's not that. Like I don't want to get involved in anything. Well, finally, here's another tip. I had watched and watched and watched and watched all these people I knew talking about it, but not really anyone who picked up the phone or personally message. I got the canned messages because you can tell the difference. Do I send them sometimes? Yes. We have a promo going. I'm just going to dump it all out there because I don't have time probably to hit at this moment to hit thousands of people that right. So sometimes you do it. You just share it and you hope for the best and then you back up and try to get really personal with the people that you really want on your team or you really think oh they were really interested, right? And you just work your way through it. I had a friend who called me and she's like please come, and I was like no. And so and I'm like no thank you. We hang up. She calls me back. Okay, I don't know how to say this, Lacey, but I really need you to do it as a friend. Like it's New Year's Eve, it's an ice storm, and I mean an ice storm here. People are not going anywhere, driving blocks, but these two women have decided that they're coming to. I've told them no one's coming, and they're still coming, and I'm freaking out because no one's going to be at my house. You don't live that far. Could you please just come over here? I'm making excuses to her. I've got my kids. Chris is, I mean, it's New Year's Eve. My husband's home, right? But I'm like, Chris is busy. I can't do it. I look like this. So first of all, I apologize. I was going to show up differently today. And then sometimes life just takes a turn. And that's one beautiful thing about this business. I was literally on the phone until 7 minutes before and never got to the shower after the workout today. So I apologize. But I'm like, I'm in sweatpants, a hat, like I don't look presentable. She's like, I don't care. I just need you to sit in the seat. I'm like, I don't know. I'll ask Chris. Anyone who says they're going to ask their spouse, they probably don't want to do it. And they're just blaming their spouse, right? Like, that's my excuse all the time. He's my out. Well, anyway, we get in this whole convo about it. And I finally was like, okay, listen, I'm just going to be a good friend. I'll go. I won't take my purse. I didn't. I showed up arms crossed. Next thing you can learn from that is there will be so many people who are saying one thing to you, but inside is a different story. And what I mean by that is I am all like hat on, arms crossed, sweatpants, not interested, not giving them like the satisfaction of like me acting like I like something. Why? I don't know. Like apparently in my mind, I already had all this stuff built up about I don't do supplements. Really? Okay, well, why? I don't know. I don't have any education around it, right? I am making all these roadblocks for them the whole time. Like, oh, that actually, I tasted the shaken water, lean, gross. Okay, why do people do that? Why did you sample that in water? And I was like, no. I mean, I was so rude. I was the rudest customer. I have for 14 years told Kala, I'm sorry. And she's like, oh, it's okay. I think it's okay. Like what I got in return is much greater than she just knew people in pain. Hello, they're in pain. So they're not going to be acting like, yes, I can't wait to learn about this. I mean, right? Like when you really think about it. Okay. So I sit there, I'm just wall after wall after wall after wall in front of them. It's over. I am the only person in the room. So if you've ever had a party, if you've ever had a Facebook party, if you've ever actually had a real party and you're like, womp womp, nobody showed, or just these two people showed, I was the only person in the room. There was one girl on Skype. That's how long ago this was. And I go in the living room and I'm like, Calla. I knew Calla Stedell because she lives in the town I grew up in and I knew her. And I'm like, okay, is this legit? Like, you look great, but blah, blah, blah. We're just back and forth, back and forth. And my mind, because I've done a lot of businesses in my life, I just can't not think about it, right? And I'm like, is this legit? I've literally done all these other things. And she is doing something that I learned because it was caught. right? She's not teaching me. I'm just watching it happen. Never did she back down in her belief. Never did she join me in my negativity. And I don't know how to say that other than to say, like, I'm trying to blow holes in everything. And she is just Pollyanna positive, right? And I love that because what I needed from her is that I didn't need her to become who I was. I needed her to rescue me, so to speak, out of where I was. And so, had she just been like, it doesn't sound like it's for, oh, it's okay if you want to think about it, I would have never been here, which means you would have never been here. Like, we are the ones who know in our everything. I hope you do. I hope you've experienced a product, a set of products, something fun and light and easy and exciting in the business that you're excited about. People, you have got to be what are they, the bean, not the water? Is that right, you guys? Have you heard that? Like the coffee bean changes the water. You can be you can be the influenced or the influencer, is what I'm saying. Be the influencer. Be the coffee bean, not the water. Don't let people change you. You change the environment you're in. And I watched her do that with me. And I'm so grateful. 14 and a half years and 8 million reasons why today that I sit in this chair and that I get to be here in my sweatpants and my hair up and no makeup on and still doing our thing, right? Because we can. I didn't have to report to anyone today. My whole day could take a turn just for the fun of it. And I didn't have to tell anyone. Okay. So I'm in that. I go home. And my husband, when I opened the door, P.S., I was 14. He was 16 when we started dating. Been married for, he knows I don't. 20 something, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. A long time. At that point, it wasn't quite that many years. And I opened the door. He's like, "You're kidding." I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Did you sign up for that?" I was like, "No, I did not even have a purse. What are you talking about?" But I want to. And he was like, "That's the face." Well, back then there were no boards, there were no Facebook groups, there were no Zooms, there were no trainings, there were no pages. I had nothing to go off of. I sat down at my computer and Google and I went on a long, deep dive to learn anything I could learn about Singular. Are there any lawsuits? I mean, I was looking up everything. Who runs this place? Who's in charge? How do I learn? I wanted to know, right? And at the end of the night, he's like, "Okay, two things. One, you're not doing this without me. If this stuff does what they say it does, I'm not going to let you do it and then me sit back and not do it. So, like, you're going to order two, but also you're going to put that in your phone because in 30 days, there was a 30-day money back guarantee back then. If it didn't work, or honey, honestly, even if it did, if you can't figure out how to pay for it, she going back." I'm like, "Deal." That was probably the best thing that ever happened. It's like a challenge. I was like, "Okay." I mean, A, I want it to work because this is something I wanted to prove to him. And B, I'm going to figure out how to pay for it. And I did the dang thing. I mean, really, I want you to be encouraged to really walk in who you are made to be. Stop saying anything negative about yourself because it's not doing anything for you. So many times through my 14 years, I have been redirected by different people, even people on this call who have helped me be more of who I am. Okay. And people like Kala and people that are friends that are sidelined. Christy Bland and I talk every single day. We're accountability. 14 and a half years later, I have an accountability partner I talk to every day. Sometimes I'm digging her butt out of a hole, and sometimes she's digging mine. And said, "Whoa, wake up. Speak positive. Speak to your strengths. Ignore the crap." Okay, we're going to get into a couple things about mindset and motivation when I'm slow, I have setbacks. Whatever, so do I, right? What am I going to do with that? What's actually going to get me to the place I want to go? So, obviously I join. Within days, I'm calling, remember this for your brand new people, or if you're brand new. I am immediately, as a brand new person with a brand new fresh, because if you've been around a while, it's hard to remember what that was like, right? I am so excited. I call my mom, I call my sister, and I call my best friend that I went to the YMCA and we put our kids in the kids zone and went to a workout class together. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't know Jack, but I was so excited they all ordered it. Okay. Immediate excitement. You don't have to know everything. Your person doesn't need to be bombarded with every board and every group and everything. They just need to be excited. And you're like, who the heck is going to do it with you? Because it's so much more fun. Right? So remember that. Then, then they can get it a little bit more at a time. You better be treating these new people like you're holding their hand and they're your brand new baby. And you don't tell your baby sit in the high chair and just eat the stuff and get on the toilet, right? Like it's a series of like they learn to just control their head. Okay. And then they learn how to sit up and then they learn how to crawl. Or maybe they skip crawling like Cooper and feel like they're just going to go straight to walking, like whatever it is. And that happens. And guess what? You all know this if you have children. Or, I mean, you were a child, so you will. Some babies sit up at 6 months and some are at 9. That's okay. It's okay. We are gonna hold their hand and we're gonna walk them through. And when they start to walk, they're gonna fall and they're gonna scuff their knees and hit their head and get bruised. What does that do? It teaches us actually. Okay. There are ups and downs. I mean, if you have been in any relationship in your life with your parent, with a spouse, with a child, there's always moments that are rough, right? Like it's just part of life and it's a part of I mean, we're not in a vacuum and singular. That stuff's going to happen here too. If you've ever had a job, there are things about your job you don't like. Guess what? There are things about this I hate doing. That's okay. What's my goal? So I immediately had my people started, and then I started dreaming. Oh my gosh, if I pay this stuff off, what am I going to do if I have extra money? Right. And that's how small the dream starts. And it's okay if it's just to pay the stuff off first, because everyone would like free products rather than having to pay for them. Shortly after we're able to do that, it might be a little bit more like, whoa, what if I made enough extra that like I had 500 bucks I could go use on my car payment, my groceries, my this and that. And it just grows and it grows and it grows and it grows. I was at a single rank for 6 years and 9 months. So I know a little bit about being stuck. But you know what I always saw? That's exactly where God needed me to be right then. I had things to learn. There were things I was going to need to grow and develop before I could handle more. And if I get so caught up on I'm stuck or I have a setback or I'm this or I'm that, I am never going to make it to where he wants me to go because I'm not seeing it with the eyes I need to be seeing it. What I need to see is the opportunity to learn, to grow, to change, to develop. I mean, I am so stubborn. I'm always like, God, one of these days I actually want to learn a lesson without you having to just smack me in the head with a problem. But I am so stubborn. I normally only learn things in hard times. It's so annoying. Like, I don't want to go through hard times, but I'll be darned if that's just not when I'm mostly learning stuff and learning to rely on him and learning. I'm like, maybe I could learn from my own issues here, right? So, to finish my story part, and then I'll just get through a couple things and then you guys ask questions. Let's see. I don't know. I did hit quick start. I do not believe I hit manager my first month. In the second month, I did, and I was elated. And then I woke up on the first day of the month. I was like, you take all my points and they go back to 0? What kind of freaking crazy is this? Like, what? I mean, you guys, I didn't know anything about this kind of industry. And I was like, why did I wake up and there are 0 points when I feel like I was killing myself to get those points? And Cal was like, Lacey, more people wish, whatever. So I remember distinctly in the third month, I met my first person who was going to join me in the business and she took off and it was so fun and we were having a great time. And I want to say I made a couple $1,000s. And I was like, what? Like, how is this even possible? I'm at home still with the 3, 7, and 11-year-old, not having to miss a beat there. But when they took a nap or when I was, whatever, I'm standing in the thing waiting on the microwave and I'm like, like just using my time as best I could. Just because this is flexible doesn't mean you don't do it. Right? I mean, we can get caught in that. It's real easy not to get the work done because nobody's holding you accountable but you. Okay? So your success and your failure, my success and my failure is 100% on me. Can I seek help? Yes, but it is my job to do it. If I needed Cala for something, I would need to call her. Right? And I mean, every day there ain't nobody telling me what to do. If you guys, I'm going to just show you this because I'm weird. Let's see. I don't know if you can see all this, but I am like a sticky note. Could you see that when I was going by there? I do not go to bed at night until things are checked off. Today, I'm going to work a little late because all those phone calls and all those things were not on my agenda. But I have trained myself. I do not get a pass. I do not get a pass if things change. I do not get a pass that headache. I do not get a pass if my kids, because, okay, they were 3, 7, and 11. Now they're 25, 21, and 17. They don't need me so much, right? But I don't give myself a pass. I have tried to teach my kids. I want you guys to know this is earth shattering and life changing for everyone who will watch you do it. My children have learned lessons by watching too. We do what needs to be done first and then we rest. We do what we need to do and then we go have fun. We don't get these things out of order or we won't reach our goals. I have a college football player and hope to have a daughter who's going to play college basketball. I never would have dreamed that. That wasn't even something my mom and dad, no shade on them, or my husband's even instilled in us. Probably because they didn't have belief in themselves. And when you don't believe in yourself, you can't do that for other people. But they've sat around and watched months. I found letters the other day because I had these 2 tubs over here. I only have one now. There it is. I've cleaned one of them out. If you have followed me for a while, you know that whole saga. I found letters from my children from years ago that my daughter, who's now 17, drew little pictures of Superfruit Global Blend and said, "You can do it, Mom. You're going to get this into the month, Mom." That brings me more joy than I could ever express because it's things they learn by being here. They watched my team celebrate. They watched me celebrate other people's success. They know they can have a mentality that there is enough success for everyone. You don't have to be worried about anything. Oh no, what if that person? No, there's enough for all of us. That's why we're here. Nobody's here by mistake. I know this. I've lived this for 14 and a half years. The people who have come and the people who have gone. Whatever is best for them. If somebody I knew, I sure wish Jan and Greg were direct to me. Guess what? That's not how it was supposed to be done for whatever reason. Just not. So we can spend all day like, that person went with my friend or that. That is exactly what was perfect for that. I believe that. So 3 months in, I'm sure it was a couple thousand. I know this. After that, it took off for me. And everyone's story is different. I don't want this to be discouraging to you for what I'm about to say. Please hear that. I worked my butt off. And at the time, by 6 months, I was an executive. That is psycho. I don't even know myself, right? That's God's story for me. And then another at 18 months into my business, I was a platinum executive. And then I sat there. Not a bad place to be. Okay, I'm not complaining. But 6 years and 9 months of someone striving for, because it doesn't matter where you are, if you are a worker, you're striving for the next thing and you keep hitting that wall of frustration. I'm like, I have sat here for 6 years and 9 months. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was frustrating, but I was also grateful. And I looked at it like I have things to learn and places to grow and people to love on and people to serve. So however long God has me sit here is however long God has me sit here. Did I go down sometimes? Yep. Like in other words, I lost ranks or whatever. I had the title, but I didn't get paid for it, and I'd rather get paid for it than have the title. You know what I'm saying? And then And then I shot up to ambassador. And then I went to silver ambassador. You want to know something? I wasn't ready for that. My systems weren't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. And I lost it as fast as I got it. And it's okay. I went back to ambassador, and guess what? I'm actually back at platinum executive. That's where I was for 6 years. And now I'm there again. And you know what? I'm as happy as can be. Here's what I know. Some things that got really out of order or out of balance or messed up. It was a joke, but I used to tell Jan and Greg when we were like all like we were running that page and it was like wild. And I'm like, I don't even have time to go to the bathroom. Like, I wish my husband could go pee for me. Like, he would bring me dinner and set it in here. And that's it. I obviously don't want to live every day like that. But I also understood there were seasons for growth and different things, right? So the reason I'm telling you that story is because it's normal. And I think people try to hide it or think, oh my gosh, I'm ashamed because I've lost a couple ranks. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You don't have any control over the world, COVID, like the economy. What you do have control is your mind your positivity, and your work ethic. And that's what I'm here to tell you. That's my story, woven through some other like ideas for you. But your mindset is everything. So you need to do two things. Be proud of yourself. Write down, I would love for all of you to get a journal. And okay, so my friend Madison read somewhere about something called, this is not in my notes, but whatever. It's called a gratitude rampage. And so, and I mean, I literally wrote it down. This is the first book you saw here. And here's how much I've gotten done because this is how fresh and new it is to me. That's it. I wrote it at the top, gratitude rampage. I don't know if you can see it. I don't have a single page filled out, but the essence of what a gratitude rampage is I am statements. It's identifying who you are and what you're grateful for. And as fast as you can, every morning when you wake up, you sit and write out all the things you're grateful for and all the things that you are. Because you do nobody a favor if you say, I'm just not very outspoken. I'm just not very good at Instagram. I'm just not really good at talking to people about. Guess what? You're right. What if instead you said, I am learning about Instagram and oh my gosh, I found the coolest person to follow and I'm getting tips from her. I changed my bio the other day and wow, that helped me so much. And I learned that from this other lady I started following. And you know what I am good at? One-on-one talking to people. And so that's what I'm focusing on. And I'm really good at sharing this ain't me. My quiet spirit actually attracts people that, whatever that, okay. P.S. As if you couldn't tell, I don't have a quiet spirit. Do you know what? There are people who don't like me because I'm too much for them. Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm obnoxious. I know I'm loud. I know that if I walk in a room and there's music on, that I can't stop my body from dancing. Like, it's a thing. People are like, you're 50. Oh, well. Look, I actually can still hit the floor on apple bottom jeans. Okay. Are you jealous? Like, is that what we're dealing with? Like, wait till you go to an event with me. I'm telling the truth. I'm out there the whole time sweating. In fact, I pulled a muscle in my hip one year. It took me 9 months for that sucker to not hurt when I went to the gym. I'm like, over apple bottom jeans? Like, oh my word. Am I going to go to the doctor and explain, well, I mean, I was on the dance floor and I kind of pulled like, no, I just like rehabbed myself because that's embarrassing. Okay. So whoever you are is who you are supposed to be. Fly that freak flag, people. And here's what's beautiful about that. There are a whole group of people in the world just like you. So if you are a quieter spirit and you're the one with the soda over in the corner at the dance floor watching and you're entertained, but you thought, oh my word, I cannot believe she's out there doing that. That's okay because there's a whole group of people just like you. And if I tried to be the girl in the corner with the drink, we would have a real episode. Like it would be bad. Like I just can't. I can't do it. I can't not do it, right? So you be unapologetically you and you deciding the I am statements. You know what? I am vibrant and I am loud and I am proud of it and I love who I am and I bring fun and energy into the room and you're just going to as fast as you can every morning when you wake up will set the tone for your mind. It's going to set your day in place. You operate knowing that it's not hard to do this business when you just are like it's fun because I get to be me and I get to encourage people and I get to believe for someone who's not. I have had a front row seat to thousands of people's lives to change. What an honor. What a joy in my life. And it's all just because every day when it's slow or we have a setback or I'm just not in a good place, wherever, maybe in my personal life, maybe in this life, maybe whatever this part of my life, I know why I'm here and I know who I am. And I've been able to witness it and see what a joy it is to watch this happen. And I believe every single person can be a platinum ambassador. I do believe that. I do with all of my heart. And all it takes is I'm going to tell you the best advice I ever received is to be consistent. And I know you've probably heard that 4 million times. I'm sorry. It is the best advice I've ever received, like every day without fail. I've told you my daily habits are obviously to be consistent. Apparently, writing, sticking that whole Rubbermaid tub right there, this is gross, is all notes. Like either daily tasks or I'd been to an event and took notes in another notebook. I have like 1,400 notebooks in there with maybe 3 pages written in them. And the other day I was like, you should just throw this away. It's obviously been sitting. I can't. So every day I'm picking up like 10 things and looking through it. And then, as the Lord would have it, on Instagram, or TikTok, I saw this girl talking about her Kindle Scribe, where you can like write notes and everything and then put them in. I was like, I'm gonna buy one of those, and then I'm gonna go and get rid of this whole freaking thing, and it's gonna just be on this cute little tablet. Like, I should never be given a notebook or a sticky note again, as long as I live, because that is just disgusting. There's an entire tub full of just that, you know? And what in the world am I doing with it? I can't find it. Anyways, sidebar. Be consistent, whatever it looks like. And apparently I write on too many notes. And you know what? If I went on tomorrow, I'm going to actually, you guys hold me accountable. Tomorrow, I'm going to go on my Instagram and I'm going to do a story about that, because you know what that's going to do? Make me relatable. It's going to make me relatable. There are going to be people out there who have a whole entire freaking tub full of notes too, or a cabinet, or a drawer, or sticky notes everywhere. And they're going to think that's, obviously we're people attracting people to us, not just singular. And then, yes, I'm going to talk about clear protein, like my hair's on fire. And yes, I'm going to share because these things make a difference in my life, but they like me first, right? I noticed about myself that I was doing a really good job talking about like my life and then not talking about singular. Well, that doesn't help either. Right. So you got to self evaluate constantly. Like, huh, my grid has 0 things about singular on it. I probably should change that. So I'm trying to do a better job. 14 and a half years in, I suck at a lot of things, but I'm not going to say that about myself. I'm going to say I am learning so much about how to do a better job on Instagram. And like, this is actually freaking fun. I had a girl, influencer, that I sent on a whim a bag of clear protein, and she tagged me. And I mean, overnight, I had 15 orders from people I never spoken. This has never happened in 14 and a half years, guys. They just went to my bio. What? Like, that was fun. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just because I show up every day and I saw her talking about different things. I was like, girl, why do you got all that? Are people sending you samples? And she's like, oh, I actually had it, but I wouldn't turn down a sample. I was like, your address, please? I didn't know if there was anything going to happen from that, but I show up every day. I'm excited. I believe great things are happening. Great things are happening in singular. I am here to tell you that. Things are whoa, like just whoa. In the last even couple days, things that are coming together. The clear protein is insane. If you know, you know, there's another new product coming in April, and I'm going to finally find out tomorrow. People have been asking me for months, and I do not know. But tomorrow I get a little preview. Well, can't wait. I do know that the PV is amazing and the price is amazing, and it's something that people, I mean, it's like kind of on the front cutting edge, but it's already, I mean, I'm so excited. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to find out tomorrow. We are so blessed to have Chanel back in our house doing what she's doing. And if you've had anyone on your team, I would be back there telling him, oh, please God, I'm sending you a sign. I'm calling you because it's that important that I think you knew how great this was. And I know it got hard and you maybe walked away, whatever, right? Whatever the reason, you should probably get your butt back in a seat. Like, I would feel sick if I didn't tell you that. Like, the more excitement, and I believe it. I believe that. There's so much coming. Um, anyway, between her, Oliver, there's a few things I found out about today on my phone calls that I can't say. I'm sorry, I hate when people do that. That is so exciting that I don't even know if I'll sleep tonight. Like, everything is coming into like whatever. I mean, I don't do whole alignment and stars and all that stuff. I don't. I just know that like our prayers have been heard, and I am so grateful that to be here. And I mean, the things that are coming are just like mind blowing, just mind blowing. And we're gonna be at Zing, I don't know what it's called, here in a couple weeks. Fling, her best fling, fling.
Link.
Thank you. I never know. See, you do not even have to be smart to do this. I cannot remember. I don't know my passwords sometimes. What I do know is that you are here for a reason. And you are in control of your own success. So I hope something in all that blabbering, meant something to you. But I think if you walk away with anything from what I said, it would be believe in yourself and speak that over yourself. Do the gratitude rampage. Get yourself a notebook. Like I will be doing it together, y'all. Like obviously, I'm just going to be starting. This sucker is going next to my bed tonight. I had taken a few notes about a scripture I wanted to write, and I am just going to write every positive thing about me, my life, my family, my business. Go on a rampage, right? And you write your I am statements, and you write all the things. I believe that my success is going to be effortless. I believe I am going to hit a new goal that I've never, ever hit before, but I'm going to be ready for it. I believe the systems are in place. I believe the company's systems are in place. I think that we're in a place we've never been with, this, that, and whatever. I'm so grateful that you brought Chanel back, God, and that Oliver is here and all of his excitement and wisdom. I believe you're going to bring other people to our corporate office. I believe you're going to bring people to our field that we are going to jaw drop over. And I believe some of them are going to be on my team. And I actually believe there's so much success that some of them are going to be on other people's teams that I literally have zero, like whatever you want to say from that, right? Like financial benefit, but I benefit because our brand awareness, our company, and the people in it, this is such a special place. That's what I know. And so if you take anything away, that's what I would want you to take is go on a rampage and believe those things because you'll operate different. And that was just hard for me because I'd never really been exposed to that kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I need to get in my 50 touches today. But I would never take the time to grow personally. I would never take the time to do that when I woke up. And just so we all can get on the same page here, if you don't do that, then all that other stuff doesn't matter. So really, maybe consistency is the key, but it's actually not. It's what happens before that. It's where you are in your heart, in your mind before that. You get your mind right when you start the day. I mean, when my feet hit the floor, and I've probably said this to you guys. Of course, I don't like being on like a call where someone's like, "Do you know I actually think these people are delulu." I have actually had two people tell me they do not like the clear protein. I was like, okay, wait, I'm sorry. What? Like, did I hear that right? Because I'm so sorry. I actually think I don't, is something wrong with your water? Like, I don't believe you. Like, I do not even worry. I don't blink my eyes. I have a girlfriend, I have it all recorded because she's so picky. I was like, you're coming to my house because I want you to try this and I'm going to film it because if anyone's going to hate this, it's you. And she is like, oh my word, that's good. I know. Like, I've never worried. I had two people. Okay, so when I wake up in the morning, my feet don't hit the floor and I think, yay, I can't wait for someone to ignore me. Yay, I can't wait to post and nobody say anything. I can't actually wait to get in my team page and it be like crickets. Like, hello? Is anyone here with me? I can't wait for someone to tell me they're returning it. No, I don't do any of that. Right? What I do is I cannot wait to get up because I have goals. I have things I want to accomplish. I want to be able to pay for a family vacation for all of my children, their spouses, my grandkids, every single year I love quality time with my family. I want Bryn to be so successful that she doesn't ever have to leave home, and put her kids, because that's what she wants. I want actually all my kids to be in Singular and be so successful that everyone doesn't have a regular job because then we can go anywhere we want, anytime we want, anyhow we want. That's what I want. And so when I wake up, that's what I'm thinking. And if I have to walk through some of this other stuff to get to it, great. Because my attitude is such that I believe it's going to happen. And oh good, bring it on. Right? You see the difference? Like bring it on, bring it to me because I'm just ready to check that box and keep on moving. So Jan, because this is just what I do. I go off on tangents. Sorry, y'all. It's like my gratitude rampage, only out loud. So, did I hit everything that you were thinking? And then if I don't even know what time it is, if I've gone overtime, wherever we are, probably I have.
You're good. And I love that. And we just, the things that we've learned from you, just, you talked about how you soaked it up from Kala, and we've done the same with you watching, but the accountability and just we're so grateful just that you said yes, because we think about just that one little thing, that one little three letter word, what a difference that makes for so many people, and being able to carry that out and think how many other people in the world can you can you influence and change their family's life? Our family life has changed completely because of this, and as cheesy as that sometimes sounds for people to hear, it really is. It really has changed everything that we've done.
Yeah. And your yes has then therefore changed every person here. And kudos to all of you. You're here, which means you're serious. So this is for you to receive. And one day you'll be on the call being the speaker, and it'll be because of your yes that thousands of it. I mean, it's one thing to have your own life changed, but like to watch other people's is just insane. It's like when you watch your kids be successful at something, you're like, that, why is that so much more satisfying than when I was successful at it? Right? You love them so much, you want so much for them.
Exactly. Okay, we're going to open it up for a few minutes. If anybody has questions or comments that they want to make, just unmute yourself.
They're speechless. It's like, well, actually, my head hurts because she talks fast and she said so many things that I'm not even sure what I heard. And thank goodness this is recorded because.
Right?
Hmm.
Exactly.
Well, I'm excited for you guys. I mean, here in just a couple weeks, I think everything I know is, and I don't know a whole lot. I just am going to know tomorrow what the product is, and I know a couple things, and they're all exciting. And so hold on. Actually, don't hold on. Like freaking recklessly abandon, throw your arms up like you're on the roller coaster, ride the ride, be excited about the fact that you're here and what's going to come. And I mean, go for it. Believe it's all for you. 14 years ago, when I was listening to people talk, I thought, oh, well, see, I will never be able to do that, but that's cool for her. No, the truth is, it is for you. Why would it be for me and not for you? I mean, there's no like weird, you know what I mean, evil thing out there holding you back. We all hold ourselves back. And I just don't think we need to do that anymore. It is you, it's for you. You're here right now, spending your time on this call. It is for you. You're doing the thing you need to do.
Love it. Well, we appreciate. Would you pray us out?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Lord, more than anything that we could ever do, it'd just be a get before you to say thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I can't imagine dying for someone I love, let alone someone who's just a sinner. So, first and foremost, just thank you for loving us when we weren't worth it, when we didn't deserve it, we don't deserve it, when we'll never measure up by the things we do. We're always going to mess up, but you did it anyway because of your love for us. And now we're covered forever. So, we're just grateful to be in your presence and for your son. And that's the most important thing, Lord. But we are also so grateful that you saw a place for us here. And what a joy and honor it is to serve people every day, to love people every day, to believe in people when they don't believe in themselves. And so may we all take that so serious and know that we're a warrior, we're on a mission, and you have called us to this place, God. And then knowing that you equipped us and you gave us everything we need. We are exactly who we're supposed to be. And I just pray that each and every person here, A, feels that love, and also that they start to see the amazing gifts that you've put in them, the ways that you have made them perfect and wonderful to be exactly who you needed them to be to reach the people that only they will reach, God. They are going to do it for one and then one more and then one more. And maybe keep that in mind that if we ever stop, if we ever let our foot off the gas, if we ever start doubting, then there are people waiting for us who are counting on us for that yes. That yes that Calla said, and then that yes that Brandy said, and then that yes that this random girl said that's not even here anymore, and then I said yes, and then Amber said yes, and then Jan and Greg said yes, and then so on and so forth throughout those lines. Like it is a tiny little step of faith. That's all you need from us. But may you fill us with so much excitement and joy that makes this so much fun, God, that you help us to get on this gratitude rampage and claim all of these things in our life and truly believe it, because then we're going to walk different, we're going to talk different, and we're going to be different. We're going to show up different. And it is true. It's true. And we just know also, God, that with that, when we start walking in that, we will be attacked. May we see it for exactly what it is. We're going to get attacked because that's the only time Satan's nervous, is when we're walking in the steps that you have put before us. And so may we accept that with excitement and joy and opportunity to just prove again that you always win. You've already won and we're yours. I just thank you for this group. I thank you for the people on the call, the people who will watch it later, God. I pray that it can just be that little tiny spark. You know, a spark actually starts a forest fire that's raging. May we rage with gratitude. May we rage with excitement. May we rage in walking in who you've made us to be and just stink and believe it and cast out all that other stuff. And then just do it with joy and invite people and to be bold because everyone deserves this. Everyone deserves to be in this community. Everyone deserves to have the opportunity to make money in a way that's flexible, that creates freedom in our time, and to live a life of adventure, Lord. Like, may we not hold anyone back by not sharing it because we're nervous or we think we might do it wrong. Everyone deserves these products. Everyone deserves to feel good. Everyone deserves to put good things in their body. Everything that we are doing is great things. So maybe just walk in that greatness. Thank you for the time that everyone took to be here, and may you expand that in time with their family and in time with people they love and in time for growing their business and success. God, we thank you. We pray for any health needs that people have, any fear or worry that's weighing on people for their kids, their grandkids, their spouse, their cousins, their parents. Lord, may you know them all. We don't even have to know them, but may you just step in those places and fill us with peace that passes all understanding, that will guard our heart and our mind through your Son, that all things are working out for our good, that something amazing is going to happen. So cover our, physical, cover our protection, and safety, God, and our minds and our hearts. And may we just walk it out with you with complete and utter abandon everything and just have joy. We thank you so much, Lord. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
And thank you so much. We appreciate you and are blessed that you're here. So thank
Love
you.
you guys. Yes.
You too. All right. Bye, guys.